New York primary continues now with a little closer look at the results.
Both Governor Hochul and Congressman Zeldin won their party's nominations with a large percentage of the vote. Joining us is political strategist Javier Lacayo, and from the Bloomberg editorial board, Robert George. Good morning to you both.
Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. Thanks for being with us. Javier, I'm going to just start with you here. Looking at the numbers, any surprises? Anybody do a little better than expected? Maybe not do as well as expected, aside from obviously our winners?
Yeah, Chris, I think when you look at the Democratic side, no real surprises. Governor Hochul, was a fundraising juggernaut throughout this race, consolidated support super early, and you're really seeing her overwhelming victory last night. I think there were some outstanding questions over how Antonio Delgado, her lieutenant governor's running mate, would fare, yet she seemed to have, really carried him over the top with a also pretty overwhelming victory there. On the Republican side, I think there were a couple of more outstanding questions going into last night, but we still had a relatively early night of projected results with Lee Zeldin, pulling ahead and really sort of consolidating that Republican power base out on Long Island and really taking advantage of his fundraising as well.
Robert, is there anything we can learn from the lieutenant governor's race?
Well, as Javier said, we can learn a little bit about Kathy Hochul's coattails, because there was quite a question going into this as to whether there was going to be whether progressives in the New York Democratic Party were going to use the lieutenant governor's race as a way to sort of exercise their power. But even though Antonio Delgado came in late as the new lieutenant governor, Kathy Hochul's power dragged him across. I mean, he got 60%. He got 60% of the vote, and it wasn't much of a race. I think largely because of the power of his ads and the power of the establishment Democrats, and the progressives do not really have as much of a hold that they think they do in the Democratic Party.
Gentlemen, I'm going to pose this question to both of you. Such a blue state, as we all know. Does Congressman Zeldin have a chance, and how does he attack Governor Hochul with this campaign coming up now?
Yeah, Chris, I think it's going to be a really tough case for the congressman to make. There's a lot of factors that point to this being a tougher year for Democrats, right? We have a lower approval rating for President Biden. We have issues with the economy, inflation, concerns over crime. However, right now, with the Republican Supreme Court decisions around gun laws, around Roe v. Wade, this is really, I think, going to reinvigorate the left here in New York, and I think it's going to be a really tough job for any Republican to be victorious statewide this year.
Robert, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to sort of echo Javier there. I think there was a kind of a slight opening because of Kathy Hochul's sort of mismanagement of the lieutenant governor situation early on with Brian Benjamin, and there was kind of rebellion. There was a kind of a pushback and a frustration over violence and crime. But the Supreme Court did not do Republicans any favors with the two decisions on guns and abortion last week. And it gave Kathy Hochul like a really powerful hook for her message going into November. Obviously, stranger things have happened, but right now it really is the Democrats' race to lose.
Robert and Javier, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Up next.